Yeah, a lot from the mentality. Once again, I think after a tough one to bounce out of it and get back to our performance levels, which are previous to that, and have been a lot of the season. I said we stepped miles off it against Villa, and we did last week, but I thought there was reasons for it, and I thought it was on show, the reasons I mentioned, because I thought we really took the game on. Came there, right mentality, right performance level. Didn't find the killer moment, but enough to have won the game, but didn't find it, quite obviously. Yeah, hopefully. He's calm in the dressing room, which is always a sign. You know, you do worry when there's that many people around it, but hopefully he's calm, which is, like I say, it's usually a positive sign. We'll obviously get it checked out in the next 24, 48 hours. I don't know, I haven't seen it back. It's an ankle though, that's clear, but I haven't seen the incident back.
Sorry. What did you make of the red card?
I just think it's in a peculiar place for, and I'll try and explain myself. If you slow anything down of that nature, it's going to look a lot worse. So that live, when you see it live, I've seen it both, of course. It doesn't look that bad. You slow it down, and it's high, but there's minimal contact. You know the player, and I know you can't judge a player, but you know, it's certainly not that type of player, that's for sure. And then you go, right, okay, live, the ref gives nothing, lets the game play on. Then of course it's pulled back. And then you go, right, let's start slowing it down. Now the bigger picture point for me is Everton clearly gets pulled to the floor with 2 arms around his waist at the end of the game. So why don't they slow-mo that? Because if it's the same, I've seen the slow-mo. So when the slow-mo happens and the ball drops in front of him, their player's got 2 arms around his waist. And what they'll say, I guarantee, they'll go, yeah, but if you look at it live, he doesn't hold on for him long enough. I bet you that'll be the feedback. They go, well, if you look at that live, you go, yeah, it's not that bad. So it's like, where, you know, what's the parity? And we all know the penalty thing. You know, you tread on the end of someone's toe and they go down, and that's okay. But you grab someone around their waist, and apparently that's not. So I think, you know, if you're going to start slowing everything down, then you've got to have parity. You've got to go, well, if you slow that down and freeze frame it, that's a penalty.
Do you think there's a pressure on referees as well when they go over? They're called over to look at the screen.
Oh, don't even. I have no clue what that's there for. Every fan, I hope I'm not just speaking to myself. There must be every fan out there going, what is the point? We all know the outcome. The outcome is going to be they agree with everything they've been told. Unless someone can tell me 10 instances that aren't, I can't hardly, in fact, I can't think of one. I don't know what the stats are. One of you guys will work it out, or someone will. But the chance of something getting turned over are minuscule. So why didn't bother? If it was a fan go, we know what's going to happen. Can we just get on with the game? And then afterwards we might debate it. But what's the point in doing it there and then? No, I can't see the point. Unless you are going to change it. If you're going to stand up and go, no, I'm sticking with my original. We've had all sorts already, by the way. You know, VR moments when you go, how is that? And then they go, well, explain it afterwards. And you just go, well, where does it live? Martial at home to us, penalty. You can clearly see his legs are collapsing before there's any contact. But then they go, yeah, but there was a contact. And then you go, well, like I say, if you slow down everything, you're going to find what you're looking for. Anyways, look, I'm not a fan of VR, but I just don't get all this delaying and looking at the screen. I just don't get it. It's a minuscule chance they turn it over.
Do you think VAR has gone beyond its intended purpose, though? Because we're still talking about clear and obvious when it's brought in. It seems from this perspective that the VAR's getting lower and lower and lower.
It seems a bit confused at the moment. I'm a fan, but I agree. I think certainly the current answer, we're unsure. We've had a number this season, there are no others out. And you go, oh, well, which ones do refereeing? You know, we've got to get nothing, and then suddenly it's pulled back, all of that sort of stuff. I think that's what you suggested, who's refereeing who. I said recently we had another one, I said, I don't know who's refereeing which. I am a fan. I think it definitely, I think we're all aware it needs tidying up. For whatever reason, I thought it was getting tidied up, and then it seems to have stepped back a little bit. Anyway, I remain a fan at this stage, but it is beginning to test my patience even, because I look at, apart from the obvious offsides, which I think is fair, that should be there. Some of the other stuff I'm going, well, what's got a chance now of being let play and what's got a chance of being called back? We don't actually know, so we just keep our fingers crossed and hope that we get on the right side of it, which we generally haven't.
Any further questions? Yeah.
What do you make of the performance of Arnold against you? It's quite high.
Yeah, particularly the first half. Excuse me, particularly the first half. And we didn't take off his performance just because he's newish in the side, hasn't had as many minutes. And you know, Jack and Dwight, until he went off, they've been playing a lot of minutes. Jimmy Garner, so the fitness levels more than anything. Yeah, he affected the game, particularly in the game, had a great chance and so nearly scored. We want that from him. Not just him, I thought Seamus affected the game. I thought João came in, really pleased with João. I thought Beto came on and affected the game. Andre helped us shore it up. You know, I think the growth in the group mentality, that's been my most pleasing thing, I think. You know, and even tonight, come off a real tough game and get out there and perform straight away like that from the off is really, really pleasing about what the group are trying to achieve, and backed by an amazing support of 4,000 people coming down here on a Thursday night, which is, they're feeling it as well. They're connecting with what we're doing and what the club and the history, and they're staying strong to it. And that's an important factor to keep our fans strong with what we're trying to achieve this season. We all know the news, so we've got to stay together, and I think they're showing that.
Crystal Palace is creating hopes on SA tonight. How do you feel that you picture the game?
As I said, I mean, that's for their manager to speak about, Roy, but I was really pleased with our performance. I thought we dealt with a lot of their side of the game and created enough chances to win, but you need that cutting edge, and that one wasn't there tonight.
Any further questions, guys?
Can I just check, are you going to appeal, Carl?
We'll wait and see. I'll double check the process. You know, yet again, it's one of the risk and reward things. You go, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? The way, I don't think anyone knows what's going to happen with these decisions now. And certainly tonight was one of them. I didn't know. I was going, and then after seeing it, I went, you know, where does that live? But then you appeal, you know, and they prove it, you know, they say, oh yeah, but there's content, you know, and all of that sort of stuff. So you go, what was the point in the first place? Anyway, we'll see, we'll analyse it, we'll get an outside view, and then we'll decide.
Chris, do you have another one?
Cheers everyone, thank you.
Cheers.